car now.
Dad, where is this park?
Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Giving back to the community is very important to our family.
Help the Portland community and buy your 50/50 raffle tickets at every Timbers and Thorns home game. As a current board member of AC Portland, I know they're making a difference in the community through sports and education. 50% of the jackpot benefits Active Children Portland and the Stand Together Fields for All program. To participate, look for the 50/50 signs at home games and visit timbers.com/5050 for more information.
It's been quite a week for Portland Timbers 2, 4 matches in 8 days. That stretch ends tonight. The first ever meeting between T2 and Los Angeles Galaxy 2, the USL affiliate of the Los Angeles Galaxy. Good evening and welcome to a wet, a rainy Merlot Field. Quite the opposite weather than we've had the past few matches. Past few matches played under scorching conditions here at Merlot. Tonight, it'll be true Portland weather. T2 coming off a match just 48 hours ago against Seattle Sounders 2 up in Tukwila, Washington. A 2-0 loss for T2. S2 got it going in the 26th minute. Giuliano Frano got on the end of a free kick to put Seattle up 1-0. With T2 trying to find an equalizer, just 6 minutes later, Seattle caught Portland on a counterattack. Oleg Sanderson, a 70-yard run weaving through the T2 back line. He would finish it off to make it 2-0, and Seattle completed a season sweep of Portland Timbers 2. Those two teams know each other well. These two teams don't. First ever meeting between LA Galaxy 2 and Portland Timbers 2 coming up after the national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Not ideal conditions to sing the national anthem, but not bad for a soccer match, especially in Portland, Oregon. Sure beats the 95-degree weather that the Portland Timbers 2 have had to face here at Merlot Field during their past 3 home matches. Starting lineups for tonight's match, beginning with the home side, Portland Timbers 2. Actually, before we get to the starting lineups, let's set up this match. Western Conference standings, a battle between one team going for the Western Conference title, another trying to get into the playoff picture. LA Galaxy 2 33 points, 10-5-3. A win tonight would put them level with Seattle Sounders to atop the USL Western Conference. LA does have 2 games in hand on Seattle. For T2, a win today would put them just 1 point behind the red line into 7th place. There are 9 matches left in the regular season. The good news for Portland Timbers, too, 6 of those will be played at home here in Portland. Now the starting lineups, beginning with Portland Timbers 2, the home side, coached by Jay Vidovich, longtime Wake Forest head coach. In goal, it'll be Jake Gleason, starting for the 15th time for T2. Andy Toma on the left, Anthony Manning and Renico Clark in the middle, Taylor Pay on the right, the same back line that started and defeated Newcastle United on Tuesday night in a friendly at Providence Park. Tim Payne and George Foshive in the defensive midfield. Rundell Winchester on the left, Santiago Biglieri on the right, and Fatah will sit behind Carlton Belmar in the T2 attack. For LA Galaxy 2, the same 4-4-2 formation that the MLS side likes to employ. Clemon Diop will start for the 16th time this season for LA Galaxy 2. Backline of Joe Franco, Lini Shaunian, Daniel Steris, and Oscar Sordo. Steris is the captain tonight. Andre Aras and Alejandro Covarrubias in the center midfield for LA Galaxy 2. Jaime Villarreal on the left, Travis Bowen, a former Portland Timbers under-23 player, on the right in the midfield. And up top, it'll be Kenoa Bailey partnering with Jack McBean. LA Galaxy 2 is affectionately known as Los Dos. Los Dos is coached by Kurt Analfo. As you can see, it's a wet night at Merlot Field. Kurt Analfo, 4 seasons as an MLS head coach, 3 with Kansas City, 1 with DC United. Played for Bruce Arena at the University of Virginia and was an assistant for Bruce Arena on the U.S. men's national team from 2003 to 2006. Jack McBean, just 20 years old, signed with the LA Galaxy 5 years ago, the youngest player in Galaxy history to score a goal. Anthony Manning came back after 2 months on the sideline after suffering a concussion. Played for the first time on Tuesday night against Newcastle United. We're underway here, a wet beginning to this match at Merlot Field. Andy Toma has put in a lot of work this week. Only player to play 90 minutes in all 3 of T2's previous matches this week. Started on Sunday against Vancouver Whitecaps to a 4-2 win for T2 right here at Merlot Field just a week ago. Then on Tuesday night, a 4-3 win in a friendly over English Premiership side Newcastle United at Providence Park. And that was a T2 team. Everybody that played in that match has put in time with T2 this season. Really the only guy that came down from the first team that's more often with the first team, and only 2 I should say, are George Foshive, who's on the field again for T2 tonight, and Michael Nanshoff. And then 2 nights ago on Friday night, T2 fell to Seattle Sounders to 2-0, but Andy Toma played 90 minutes in all of those matches, starting again tonight. Renico Clark, one of the 2 tall 6'4" center backs for T2, wins that header, but the offside flag was up on Kenoa Bailey. Such a contrast in weather to the previous 3 home matches at Merlot Field. It's 95 degrees just about a kickoff in all of those matches. Most of the fans escaping to the opposite side of the pitch where they were in the shade. One of those matches even had to be pushed back a half hour, the kickoff, to let it cool down a little bit. Tonight, no such problems. Perfect Portland soccer weather with a steady rain, about 70 degrees. This is a pitch that can certainly handle the rain at Merlot Field, known as one of the better grass pitches in the country, really. They take a lot of pride in this field at the University of Portland. LA playing it forward. Renico Clark wins it. Bailey settles. Out wide. Franco into the box. Tim Payne comes away with it. Sends it into the midfield. Andre Aras tries a shot from distance. It's controlled by T2, and they can start on the counter. Fatau normally plays on the wing for T2, but he's starting in the center tonight. Blair Gavin, the captain, normal captain for T2, nursing a little bit of an injury, normally sits in that attacking center midfielder role. Room for a long distance shot right at Jake Gleason. Travis Bowen trying his luck. Clement Diop, French goalkeeper for LA Galaxy 2, plays it forward. Pay won the header. Back come LA. Jack McBean slips on the wet turf, and Toma controls for T2. Alejandro Covarrubias in the center of the pitch, plays through for Jack McBean. Running onto it in the box. McBean's shot is blocked by Manning. Out for the first corner kick of the match for LA Galaxy 2. Jack McBean scored for the LA Galaxy at 16 years old, signed as a homegrown player at the same age. Youngest player in LA history to score a goal, but hasn't played in MLS in almost 2 years, since October 16th of 2013. Has 2 goals and 5 assists for Los Dos this season in the USL. 5 goals, 6 assists last year for LA Galaxy 2. He played exclusively for LA Galaxy 2. Did not appear for the first team in 2014. Has not appeared for the first team this year. Corner kick for LA, driven into the box. Pops out to the top of the area. Clark heads it clear. Fatal running into space. Oscar Sorto shuts him down. Sorto signed to the first team on loan down to LA Galaxy 2. Sends this cross into the stands, and it's a goal kick for T2. No pressure from LA. Gleason will send it forward. Carlton Belmar, T2's leading scorer. 9 goals this season. Got a haircut before this match. Freshly cut for LA to come to town. Tied for 4th in the USL with 9 goals. LA Galaxy 2's Ariel Lassiter also with 9 goals. Lassiter not here tonight. The son of MLS great Roy Lassiter actually made his MLS debut last night for the Los Angeles Galaxy. Was sent on loan from LA Galaxy 2 to the first team. That's something that you can't really do with any sort of frequency. But LA, with some injury hardships, were able to send up Ariel Lassiter and Dave Romney as well as kind of emergency fill-in players. They both played last night in LA's 3-0 loss to Houston. McBean. Kenoa Bailey on the right side. Running at Andy Toma. Has Sordo overlapping. Tries to get to the byline. Toma does well to defend, cut it out, and send it clear. T2 still in the first 8 minutes of this match having difficulty with any sort of possession. Most of the match has been played in LA's attacking half. And the ball given right back to Los Dos. That actually will allow T2 to come forward, try to lock LA in, put some high pressure on their opponents. Foshive takes it away from McBean. And then Foshive is fouled. T2 has some big bodies. If they want, they can take these set-piece opportunities as a chance to get them forward, and they will. Anthony Manning and Renico Clark each at 6'4", the center backs. Rundell Winchester, 6'2". Taylor Pay, also 6'2". Fatau decides to play this one short. Tim Payne, now Foshive. Out wide to Pay. Cuts inside. Now into the box. Taylor Pay gets dispossessed. Still there for T2. And it's out for a corner kick. So the big guys came forward, and now they'll finally be able to attack on this corner kick. Santiago Biglieri, 2 assists last week against Vancouver in his first start in USL play. Sends it into the box at the near post, controlled by LA, sent clear. Payne back out wide to Biglieri. And that's off the T2 player. It'll be an LA throw. Biglieri's a 29-year-old Argentinian, close friends with Diego Valeri. They came up together at Lanús in Argentina. Biglieri's actually the godfather of Diego Valeri's daughter, Connie. Had been dealing with fitness issues, was not healthy really for the first half of this season. Finally is able to play the majority of a match and started for the first time in USL play last week against Vancouver. Had 2 assists and leading T2 to a 4-2 win. Did not feature against Newcastle on Tuesday or Sounders 2 on Friday night. We just wanted to give him a rest since he's still becoming match fit. Didn't want to play either of those matches on turf and risk another injury. But back in the starting 11 tonight for T2. Tim Payne, the New Zealand international, trying to slap through for Belmar. Held up his run. Pass was deflected anyway. Daniel Steris, the captain at center back for LA, sends it wide to Jack McBean, who will run at the T2 back line. Alejandro Covarrubias. Tim Payne slides in, knocks it away. Covarrubias stays with it. Has Kinua Bailey on the left side. Instead, cuts it inside. Looking for someone to play the ball to. Finally, LA does get it out wide to Kinua Bailey. Cross into the box is handled by Jake Gleason. Gleason's been with this organization from the beginning, at least of the MLS play, as Bailey comes in, takes it off Tim Payne, and draws a free kick in a dangerous spot. It's taken quickly by LA. McBean slides through, and just wide, Travis Bowen. LA caught T2 a little bit flat-footed on the quick restart, and Bowen just missed the first goal of this match. T2's Jake Gleason started the first ever home match in Major League Soccer play for the Portland Timbers back in 2011. That fantastic and memorable night at Providence Park. A win over the Chicago Fire, played in an absolute downpour. Gleason is used to the conditions that T2's playing in tonight. Gleason appeared 4 times in that 2011 season for the Timbers, but has yet to make it back to the first team to appear in an MLS match. Has played in the US Open Cup, played in the CONCACAF Champions League as well. Biglieri pressuring now. Diop has to send it to midfield. Gleason has been the first choice keeper for T2 this season. He's been able to keep his development in-house. Belmar looking to Winchester on the back post. Now Foshive a volley that is wide of the net. And Jeff Arthurholtz is going to talk to Joe Franco. He played the advantage after the foul. No card shown to the Galaxy left back. Franco just running into Payne, going for that header. And now Belmar takes a knock. Again going for a header, holding the back of his head as Winchester comes forward. It's out into touch for a T2 throw. Winchester turns. And sent out by Leanie Shawnian. But another throw for T2. It's been better from T2 the past 5 minutes or so after really absorbing for the first 8 minutes. The entire match was played in LA's attacking half. T2 starting to have a little more of the ball, a little more possession. Sordo cut that out as Fatal was looking through for Toma. And then a foul called. T2 has enjoyed playing at Merlo Field this season. 5-2-0 here on the campus of the University of Portland. They're 4-3-0 at home. They played one match this season at Providence Park, a 2-0 loss to Orange County Blues. And LA has been one of the better road teams actually this season in USL play. Villarreal into the box. McBean settles and scores. The opening goal of the match, it's Jack McBean. His third goal for LA this season. And T2 find themselves in a 1-0 hole. Villarreal picked out McBean in the box, and he just went under Jake Gleason. Three goals, 5 assists now for McBean this season. A guy who I know Los Angeles had really high expectations for when he signed as a 16-year-old and scored in MLS play in his first season at just 16 years of age. A staple on the youth national teams since signing with LA. But hasn't appeared for the first team in almost 2 years. Producing his third goal tonight for LA Galaxy 2. Toma coming forward. T2 has been able to respond to goals here at Merlo Field. They went down in the 9th minute against Vancouver a week ago. A Robert Earnshaw penalty kick in the 9th minute. But then in the 18th, came back to equalize. Took the lead in the 29th. They scored 3 consecutive goals to go up 3-1. Ended up winning that match 4-2. Similar task tonight, going down 1-0. This time it was the 15th minute. Hard tackle from Tim Payne. Out for a Galaxy throw. Felt that one as he went into Travis Bowen. Trying to pick out Villarreal in the box. He runs onto it on the back post. Pay touches it out, and it'll be a deep throw-in for LA. Jaime Villarreal, the assist on that Jack McBean goal. Younger brother. As Coruvias sends the ball into the box. Jaime Villarreal, the younger brother of Jose Villarreal. Galaxy first teamer. Biglieri into some space looking for Belmar. He has a lot of speed. That's certainly one attribute that you notice right away when you watch Carlton Belmar play for the first time. Has caused problems to a lot of USL teams this season because of his pace and his work rate. Fatal to Winchester, try to get it back to Fatal, broken up by LA. Belmar is offside. The flag is up. LA Galaxy 2, a couple familiar last names, not just Jaime Villarreal, the brother of Jose Villarreal. Travis Bowen on the pitch tonight, former Portland under-23 player, is the older brother of Tristan Bowen, former Galaxy, Chivas USA, Seattle Sounders striker. Bowen's the oldest player signed to LA Galaxy 2, which is 25 years old. This is a young team. A lot of former LA Galaxy Academy members on this side. That's what most USL MLS affiliates want to be, filled with former players from the academy. T2 lets that run out for a goal kick. Fatau, a nice flick with the back heel to Winchester, but it's broken up by LA. Foshive trying to win it in the midfield. Here come the Galaxy. Villarreal, already 1 assist today. Out wide to Bailey, flag stays down. Covarrubias overlapping. Pay broke it up. And it's out for an LA throw. Kinoa Bailey trying to get it into McBean. Foshive broke it up. And again, right back to LA. Kinoa Bailey, a 19-year-old in his 2nd season with LA. Signed late last year, towards the end of the USL season. He's from Henderson, Nevada. Out of high school, signed with Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. Lasted just a year. Came back to sign with LA Galaxy 2. He has 1 goal, 2 assists this season. Bailey making his 4th start of the regular season tonight. Fatau trying to find Belmar. Steris wins the header for LA. And the Galaxy will try to come forward. Clark steps up to win it for T2. Renico Clark, a Jamaican youth international. He's 19 years old. 6'4", a guy that this organization has high hopes for. Winchester, cross, but nobody's there. Belmar, late getting into the box, was tying his shoe after that last move forward and was not in his normal advanced position. Pay, nice moves to come forward. Fatau towards Belmar, broken up by LA. Foshive wins it back, plays it down the line for Biglieri. First time cross into the box behind Belmar, and then controlled by Sordo. A giveaway. Now Winchester tries a shot. Shouts for a handball and a PK. None given. Winchester's shot looked to maybe come off the arm of an LA defender, but probably a tough argument that it wasn't in a natural position. Rondell Winchester now back with T2. Was away for about a month with Trinidad and Tobago. First with the under-23s in Olympic qualifying, which was unsuccessful for Trinidad and Tobago. Then with the Gold Cup, he didn't get in, but was part of that magical run for Trinidad and Tobago. Must have been a great experience for him. Jack McBean, about 10 yards offside, coming back into an onside position, just lets that ball run out. Winchester returned to PDX at 1:30 in the morning on Tuesday morning, and then played against Newcastle United that night at Providence Park. And T2's 4-3 win. It was a special night on Tuesday for this group of young guys, going up against a Premiership side that was in its preseason, but they went up 4-1 at one point, played Really attractive attacking soccer. Taylor Pace scored a goal in that match. Off a Renico Clark header, he had the assist. Anthony Manning scored his first goal in Portland in that match as well. LA takes it away, and they can come and counter quickly. Villarreal. Back to Aris. Covarrubias now out wide. Travis Bowen. Going at Toma. McBean couldn't handle it. And T2 can break maybe. Fatal spins in the midfield. Pay to Fatal. Pay comes forward to overlap. Fatal brings it backwards. He's knocked off the ball by Andre Aris, who's called for the foul. Fatal's in quite good goal-scoring form. Had scored in 4 straight matches across all competitions until he was shut out. The whole team was shut out on Friday night up in Seattle. But still 4 in 5 if you count that Newcastle match. Diop gets it out to Bowen. There's space for the left back, Joe Franco, to come forward. And now space for Villarreal on the left side. Low cross into the box. Clark handled it. McBean was lurking. But it's given right back to LA. Franco. Clark wins it. Belmar comes back to get it. Pay tries to just send it clear. It caroms around in the midfield, and an advantageous bounce as Foshive picks out Winchester with a lot of room on the left side. Winchester in the box. Cuts back. Winchester across the face of goal, and Belmar couldn't get to it. A dangerous ball from Rundell Winchester. And maybe the fourth game in 8 days showing for Carlton Belmar there. He did get a rest for the first half against Seattle. But one of the hardest working players that you'll see, certainly playing that many minutes, is going to take a lot out of him. Another look. It's a great ball from Winchester. Maybe a little too much pace for Belmar to get onto. Foshive thought he won it cleanly, but a foul called. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Jaime Villarreal, one of the 9 LA Galaxy Academy players on this Los Dos roster. There are 6 on the first team as well, 15 total between LA Galaxy and LA Galaxy 2. Aris again trying to find McBean. Manning steps up, knocks it away. T2 can counter. Fatal looking direct over the top for Belmar. Belmar will get onto it. Nobody in the box and no power behind that shot. It's out for a goal kick. Toma, speedy left back, drives his cross in. Awkward clearance from Steris. Toma maybe could have brought that down. Instead, first time, sends it to the far side, and the flag is up. Belmar was offside. The 28th minute, LA with a 1-0 lead. It was a 15th minute Jack McBean goal Jaime Villarreal with the assist. LA has had the majority of the play. T2 has had a couple chances as well. Bailey picks out McBean with an overhead kick. Clark recovered. That'll be a goal kick for T2. Sun begins to poke through the clouds now. Had about an hour rain shower here at Merlo Field. Started during warm-ups, maybe a half hour before the match, and continued for the first 10 or 15 minutes of this match. Rain that's really needed in this area. It's been a very dry summer. And certainly a little rain is nothing that Portlanders can't handle. The sun comes through, always a beautiful sunset over the West Hills of Portland behind the Chiles Center here at Merlo Field. Tim Payne coming forward, has some room. That's Belmar on the left, Fatau on the right. He'll slide through for Fatau, and just too much on that ball. And a yellow card shown to Andre Aris. The referee had played advantage, Jeff Arthur-Holtz, who came back and gave Aris the yellow card, his 7th yellow card this season. Bowen has made his way over to the left side. Will try a shot from distance. Gleason lets it run wide. Correction on the yellow card. It was Jaime Villarreal shown yellow, not Andre Aris. For Villarreal, his 4th yellow card. LA Galaxy 2 leads USL in yellow cards. 38 heading into tonight, now 39. Ball ping-pongs around off the heads of players on both teams. Finally settled by LA. Bowen to Covarrubias. Clark's gonna win that header every time. 6'4" center back for T2. McBean back to Oscar Sordo. Bailey coming forward with some pace at Taylor Pay on the left side. Keenua Bailey will put it on his right foot. Gleason goes down, holds on to it. It's a wet ball, wet field. Gleason did well to control it. Jake Gleason won the USL title last year for Sacramento Republic. It's part of that miracle at Bonnie when Sac Republic came back with 3 goals in the final 20 minutes of the USL semifinal match against LA Galaxy 2 to advance to the championship match. A Rodrigo Lopez hat trick put Sac Republic through. They'd eventually win the title. Gleason spent last year on loan with Sac Republic, and something the Portland Timbers 2 has allowed a guy like Jake Gleason to do is to stay home this year, stay in Portland, train with the first team every day, be in the organization and not have to go, in the case of Sacramento, 8 hours away. Biglieri will be shown a yellow card for a tackle from behind. First yellow card of his T2 career for Santiago Biglieri. Andre Aris, the player who was fouled. Getting back to Jake Gleason, had to develop at Sac Republic last year and would come back up for US Open Cup matches if needed, for CONCACAF Champions League matches if needed, fly all the way to Guyana for a CONCACAF Champions League match, and then return and have to return to Sacramento, not to Portland. Now he gets to stay here and develop in the organization. George Foshive, who's been playing with the first team, a similar situation. Last year was also on loan, mostly to Sac Republic. This year probably wouldn't be sent on loan because he's played so much for the first team, but also probably wouldn't be getting as many competitive games as he's been able to. Now playing in his 4th USL match. Also played in that friendly against Newcastle, so has appeared 5 times for T2. If you count the Newcastle match, he's appeared 5 times for the Timbers as well in MLS play. Bowen, a lot of space. Cuts inside. Now Oscar Sorto back to Lee Nishanian. Room for a cross, no one on the back post, goes through the hands of Gleason. Pay will keep it from going out for a corner kick. Good combination from T2 to get the ball forward. And now Biglieri gives it away right into the path of Andre Aris, who will start the counter for LA. McBean trying to combine with Sordo, just a little bit too far in front of the LA right back. Another look at that cross. Gleason didn't need to do anything with it. There wasn't anybody on the back post. Don't know if he knew that. LA Galaxy 2 has been great on the road this year, 5-2-0. It's tied for the most road wins in USL play, and it's the best points per match on the road. The Rochester Rhinos undefeated over in the Eastern Conference, 5-0-6 on the road. They have more points away from home, but they've also played many more matches than LA on the road this season. LA's record of 5-2-0 on the road, the same as T2's record here at Merlot Field this season. Late in the second half, T2 looking for an equalizer. Biglieri's cross is out for a throw. Thrown into some space for Fatah. Does well to hold off Villarreal, but then is dispossessed. Now Foshive. Some room for a left-footed shot. Sliding block from Andre Aris. Looked like Foshive hit that well. Nice little nutmeg from George Foshive. And now Toma trying to set up a cross to the byline. Joe Franco tackles well, rather Oscar Sordo tackles well on the right side. Sordo appearing for the 8th time for Los Dos. He's played 3 times this season, 3 starts for the LA Galaxy in MLS. One of 2 players assigned to the Galaxy starting for LA Galaxy 2 today, Jack McBean the other. T2 has 5 such players signed to the Timbers in the 11 tonight. LA looking direct, trying to find Villarreal. Clark got it with his head. And then Foshive plays it out. It'll run out for an LA throw deep in their attacking half. T2 has not had much success on the counterattack tonight. Trying to come forward after the turnover. Foshive plays it out wide to Toma at the byline. Good chance to cross. Sends it to the back post, but over everybody. It's flicked on by Franco. Run down by Santiago Biglieri. Pay to Winchester, who turns but can't get to it. And it's a goal kick for LA. Rondell Winchester had 2 goals for Trinidad and Tobago in under-23 Olympic qualifying, which again was unsuccessful for that team. And then didn't play in the Gold Cup, but was on the roster, was there for Trinidad and Tobago's run, which ended in the quarterfinals. Penalty kick shootout loss to Panama. Bailey. Pay tracks back, makes it difficult for Bailey, and then Biglieri takes it away. Oh, bad giveaway by Taylor Pay. Jack McBean with space and time lines up a shot. Took too much time as Manning came over to block it. Taylor Pay, T2, a little fortunate there. Winchester trying to find Biglieri. Broken up by LA. Here comes Los Dos. Nice touch by Joe Franco. And he keeps it in play. McBean, Covarrubias, great combination from LA in the final third. Very patient still. And it's out for an LA throw. Bailey can't keep it in. And it'll be a throw-in for T2. Deep in their defensive half. Again, the one by LA. T2 having a lot of problems getting the ball out of their defensive half tonight. Pay just sends it across midfield. One by Nishanian, who took a knock, is down. And referee Jeff Arthurholtz is going to stop the match as Nishanian holding onto his head. I think came down on the back of Carlton Belmar's head, winning that header. Lee Nishanian, a 23-year-old defender. In his second season with Los Dos, played 14 matches last year, making just his 4th start this season. Played for 4 seasons at Cal State San Bernardino. He's now to his feet. You see another look. Stumbled down to the turf. That did not look good, the way that he reacted to that. See him like stagger backwards, like he was. That was not a good look. It appears that Nishanian going through concussion protocol now on the sideline, as you'd expect with a head injury. Can't be careful enough in instances like that. Standing on one leg now, they're testing his balance. Anytime you see a player kind of stagger and fall down like he did after taking a shot to the head, it's always a little bit of a scary situation. Jack McBean. Foshive takes it away from McBean. And now Fatau on the counterattack. T2 again finding it difficult to find space on the counter. Biglieri. Fatau gets his cross off to the back post, handled by Sordo, and then settled by Bowen, who just sends it to safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the first half. 1 minute.
Fatau just a little bit off on that ball to Biglieri. It allows LA to win it. LA still playing down a man at the moment, as Nishanian still on the sideline getting checked out, going through the concussion protocol. McBean has it on the right side. Covarrubias slipped. And that's it for the first half. 1 minute of stoppage time has elapsed. T2 find themselves in a halftime hole. Jack McBean's 15-minute goal, the only score of the first half. LA Galaxy 2 with a 1-0 lead over Portland Timbers 2. When we come back, we'll get to know Harrison Delbridge, the Australian center back for T2, just a little bit better as I go one-on-one with Harrison Delbridge. That's after the break.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $1.99 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Miles with numbers. Rapino shoots it, and it's in!
Up to Evans. Tee it up. Shot on target. What a goal! Thorns looking to cross. Let's go. It's off the clear. Right at the keeper, and then Christian puts it away.
You have fun, you will win, and you'll make me very, very happy.
don't need a little black dress, or fancy reservations, or even an apron. All you need for this gourmet meal is a preheated oven and a comfy spot on the couch. Home-baked Papa Murphy's Herb Chicken Mediterranean Delight with fresh spinach, chicken, feta, and sun-dried tomatoes on a crispy thin crust. Just $10 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
At halftime, LA Galaxy 2 holds a 1-0 lead over Portland Timbers 2 on what has become a beautiful evening now that the rain showers have subsided here at Merlo Field in Portland, Oregon. Well, at halftime of these T2 matches, we like to help you get to know a T2 player a little bit better. This week, I went one-on-one with T2's Australian central defender, Harrison Delbridge. Harrison Delbridge, you're in your first year in Portland after playing last season with Sacramento Republic. What are your impressions of Portland? What do you think about Portland after being here for about 6 months?
It's been an unbelievable move. I love the city. First impressions, all the soccer lovers here in the country. You know, in the city, it's a huge population here, which is awesome having all that support. And just actually me being a huge foodie, some of the food in Portland too even is amazing. Downtown, so there's some awesome places to eat. So I've loved the transition here. It's amazing weather and it's awesome.
What's your favorite spot to eat in Portland?
I actually found this place called Fish Sauce. It's a little Vietnamese place downtown that's awesome. It's unbelievable. So I took all the boys there, and now everyone's hooked on it.
A training environment with an MLS team, which obviously you didn't have in Sacramento. How, as a soccer player, trying to get to that level, how much that influenced your decision to come here, and how much has that shaped your experience in Portland so far?
That was a huge decision for me. That was kind of the biggest thing I was looking for in my move to a new team. I mean, getting here every single morning and walking past the first team boys training, watching them a little bit train, and just seeing the way they carry themselves. It's just every morning it's motivation watching them play. It's just a constant push. You want to get to that level. So that was a huge part of why I wanted to come to a club like this.
This team has a down under feel with you, Tim Payne, Jake Gleason. I asked Tim and Jake this: is there a rivalry between the Australian and the Kiwis?
I think it's more. Yeah, there's probably a rivalry. I think neither of us want to admit it, but there's definitely, deep down, there's definitely a bit of competitiveness between the two of us. So.
You played with Jake Gleason at Sacramento Republic as a center back goalkeeper pairing. You're doing it again here at T2. What's your relationship like with Jake on the field, and how much did that experience last year, winning a title together, help you this year?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Jake was one of my closest friends at Sac last year, so kept in touch with him over the off season, and I mean, it was cool coming here and knowing someone here already. So he's an awesome guy.
You've been in America for a while.
Yeah.
What age did you move to the States?
I moved here when I was 10 or 10, 11. Yeah.
Biggest difference for you between life in America and growing up in Australia?
I think it's a different feel with the people here. It's kind of hard to describe, but I guess in Australia everyone's a little bit more laid back and relaxed, and here it's really like a sort of, if you've got something that you want, you really go after it, and yeah, it's a little bit more high pace here, I'd say.
Played at Appalachian State in college. What was the college soccer experience like? It's one that probably a lot of people in Australia don't have. It's a different setup in America than kind of the rest of the world.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge emphasis on it here. I came over and I was sort of playing with the youth clubs here, and that just sort of was what everyone was doing as the next step, you know. So I loved school and learned a lot, met a lot of good people, and so that was a fun time. Soccer-wise, I think other countries maybe get to this sort of level a little bit sooner than the U.S. but still, I mean, everyone learns something from school, and you always have some, good memories to take from there anyways.
Playing at Merlot Field, which has had a lot of soccer history with all the fantastic players from the University of Portland that played there. What's that experience like for you playing in that venue in front of the Timbers Army?
It's unbelievable. I mean, from the grass to the fans, just the whole atmosphere, it's like top level atmosphere. It's unbelievable every game day.
A little rain shower added to the atmosphere in the first half. It has cleared up, though, and a beautiful sunset on the way here at Merlot Field. Hopefully an entertaining second half on the way as well. When we come back, we'll look back on a special night at Providence Park. Midweek, Portland Thorns and all the Women's World Cup players returning to the pitch on Wednesday night. We'll take you back to Wednesday night. After the break at halftime, LA Galaxy 2-1, Portland Timbers 2-0.
Star, I'll be your sky. You can hide underneath me and come out at night. When I turn jet black and you show off your light, I live to let you shine. I live to let
you have no idea how your health rolls out in waves of good. Providence.
You don't need a little black dress, or fancy reservations, or even an apron. All you need for this gourmet meal is a preheated oven and a comfy spot on the couch. Home-baked Papa Murphy's Herb Chicken Mediterranean Delight with fresh spinach, chicken, feta, and sun-dried tomatoes on a crispy thin crust. Just $10 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
Not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $1.99 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Giving back to the community is very important to our family.
Help the Portland community and buy your 50/50 raffle tickets at every Timbers and Thorns home game. As a current board member of AC Portland, I know they're making a difference in the community through sports and education. 50% of the jackpot benefits Active Children Portland and the Stand Together Fields for All program. To participate, look for the 50/50 signs at home games and visit timbers.com/5050 for more information.
It was a fun week at Providence Park this past week. On Tuesday night, T2 beat English Premiership side Newcastle United 4-3 in an entertaining and special match for the young members of T2. And the next night, the Portland Thorns returned home their first match since the conclusion of the Women's World Cup. Our Samantha Yerrick has more on that evening.
It's been a while since you've been here. What's it like to be back and at the stadium?
Yeah, it's been a little while. It's almost been 2 months since I've been back. I flew in today. Obviously had to wait a couple of days to be able to fly because of my surgery. So it's really nice to be home. It feels like home, and just coming back to a sold out crowd tonight is incredible. I can't wait to get out there and just soak it all in.
You show up week in and week out here at this stadium, and I'm just so proud to say that we have the best fans in the world for club and country.
I feel like if we did well in the World Cup, I knew that it was going to be something big for this team and that it was going to have an effect, just a bigger impact than we could have imagined. And I think that's what we're seeing. And we didn't really know much of it while we were in Canada, but now that we get home, we're seeing obviously more glimpses of that. But I hope that we continue to see that in the coming years, not just the effect for the next couple months.
From the visiting Seattle Reign, Megan Rapinoe.
What a reception you got here tonight. Special night. Didn't feel like you were on the other team.
Yeah, not so much. I guess they like me here a little bit. Maybe not when I'm on the field, but yeah, very cool to have this be the first game that we're actually playing in. But this is awesome. You know, this is obviously what the league is aspiring to be.
And what was it like playing against Tobin tonight?
Yeah, difficult. She's such a class player. I love Tobin. I've always loved the way that she plays. That's another cool thing about the league. Come back and play against people that obviously we just shared this amazing experience with. It's pretty cool. She always gives me a handful.
It's been a busy week for this entire organization. 7 matches between the Thorns, the Timbers, LA Galaxy to make that 8 matches in 9 days, home and away. The final half of that stretch is coming up here from Merlo Field. LA Galaxy to a 1-0 lead on T2. We're back for the second half kick after this.
Not far now.
Dad, where is this park?
Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Pilots with numbers. Rapino shoots it, and it's in!
Have to have it. Tee it up. Shot on target. What a goal! Thorns looking to cross. Let's go. In front. Clear. Right at the keeper. And then Christian puts it away.
You have fun, you will win, and you'll make me very, very happy.
You don't need a little black dress, or fancy reservations, or even an apron. All you need for this gourmet meal is a preheated oven and a comfy spot on the couch. Home-baked Papa Murphy's Herb Chicken Mediterranean Delight with fresh spinach, chicken, feta, and sun-dried tomatoes on a crispy thin crust. Just $10 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
First half highlights between this match between T2 and LA Galaxy 2. Really only one to speak of in the 15th minute. Jack McBean gets the ball from Jaime Villarreal and slots under T2 keeper Jake Gleason. The lone goal of this match, and really by far the only clear-cut great chance on goal of this half, of the first half, as LA Galaxy 2 holds a 1-0 lead over T2. LA did control the ball for the majority of that first half, but still didn't do much to trouble Jake Gleason outside of the goal. We have stats. First half stats show a big-time advantage in shots and shots on goal for LA. T2 managed just 4 shots, couldn't put any of them on frame. LA with 8 shots, 3 on goal, each team with 1 corner apiece. LA with 1 more foul than T2. Both teams a yellow card. Jaime Villarreal for LA Galaxy to Santiago Biglieri for T2. Looks like we're going to have 2 changes, 1 for each team at halftime, as Bradley Diallo and Gianderson stand at the 4th official. The first substitution will be Bradley Diallo, who comes on, it appears, for Lee Nishanian. Not a huge surprise considering Nishanian took a knock and was going through the concussion protocol in the final minutes of that first half. Went for a ball, a 50-50 ball with Carlton Belmar, and I think the side of Nishanian's head came down on the back of Belmar's head, kind of wobbled and fell to the ground, and will sit out for the second half. Meanwhile, Gianderson into the match for T2. Santiago Biglieri is out. Gianderson will play as a left midfielder in the attack normally considered a left back, but he has played in the attack before and will do so again tonight in this second half, which is underway here from Merlot Field.
Number 15, Jonderson. Replacing number 73, Santiago Diglieri.
And immediately maybe a chance for Jonderson to get the ball on the left side. Fatau plays it to him. Cuts it back. The Brazilian left-footed player has his cross blocked. Fatau cuts back, tries to curl to the back post, and it's wide of the net. Jonderson has put in a heavy workload this week, has played all but 16 minutes in T2's last 3 matches. His T2 team is playing its 4th match in 8 days. They played a week ago, last Sunday night against Vancouver. Then on Tuesday night in an exhibition against Newcastle United, but it was mostly the same guys that played. Then on Friday night, 2 nights ago, up in Seattle. Meanwhile, LA Galaxy 2 hasn't played since July 16th. So since LA's last match, T2 has played 3 matches. And you could see maybe in the first half some of the heavy legs from T2. Jonderson has played all but 16 minutes in those previous 3 matches. Did get a break, obviously, in the first half tonight. Tim Payne fouled. He's played 2 of the matches. Did not appear against Newcastle United. Taylor Pay over the ball. T2 leaves its big center backs back. Pay sends it towards the box. Jonderson settles for T2. Now Fatau coming forward. Cross is blocked off the back of an LA player. Some shouts for handball, but not too strong, and it's out for a T2 throw. That'll be an LA throw. T2 already starting the second half better than they started the match, where LA controlled really the first 10 minutes or so, was played all in LA's attacking half. T2 coming out looking for and needing an equalizer. And that's a poor header from Clark that went right to Villarreal. Covarrubias. Villarreal. In back towards Covarrubias. It's cleared by T2. Jonderson started for the Timbers against Philadelphia not that long ago, his first MLS start. Since then has played mostly for T2. Really over the past month has played mostly for T2. This is his 9th appearance in USL play for Portland Timbers 2. Also saw action against Newcastle United, where he had an assist on Nick Beasler's goal. Started there on the right wing as a right midfielder in the attack. Fatau goes down and earns a free kick. And this could be a dangerous spot for T2. Fatau's a guy who can score from distance. Not shy about shooting from this part of the field. Jonderson also looks like he wants to have a try. Jonderson's a left-footed option. Fatau's a right-footed option. Jonderson asks for the wall to go back 10 yards. Fatau has scored in 4 of T2's last 5 matches, including the Newcastle exhibition, 3 of the last 4 in USL play. Jonderson has 1 goal this season in USL play. It will be Jonderson. He's going to send it into the box. Headed high into the air. Diop punches it clear. Winchester couldn't get anything on that volley. Foshive unable to turn. Still there though for T2. Payne does well to find Fatau on the left side. Into Jonderson. Tim Payne. Again, left side, Jonderson. Already much better from T2 in this second half. Cross into the box. Manning puts a head to it, but it's right at Diop. Anthony Manning scored with his head against Newcastle United on Tuesday night. The 6'4" center back third round draft pick rather, for the Portland Timbers out of St. Louis University in the Super Draft. Originally signed with T2, is now on the Timbers first team roster. Bowen goes down, draws a foul. Manning missed about 2 months, suffered a concussion against Real Monarchs on July 16th. Rather on May 16th, and came back on July 21st, so missed over 2 months recovering from that concussion. Said it was frustrating for him. It was a difficult recovery, difficult to sit out, but the way he returned with a goal against an English Premiership side, even if it was just an exhibition, couldn't have asked for a better way to come back from an injury than what he had on Tuesday night. Now playing in competitive play for the first time since suffering that concussion on May 16th. Gianderson chips over the top. Not enough on that ball to pick out Belmar. And sort of showing Gianderson maybe how it's done. Perfectly weighted ball towards Bailey, but Toma comes back to collect for a T2. Now Payne. Belmar holds up his run. Payne looks direct. Winchester also running after it. Belmar collects. Foshive out wide right side to Taylor Pay. T2 continues to press for an equalizer. Pay. Delicate cross, and that did not take a deflection. It's a goal kick for LA. Mishit by Taylor Pay. Taylor Pay started at center back against Vancouver a week ago and played his more traditional, at least with the Timbers, right back spot. He was a center back in college at the University of Washington. Second round pick in the 2014 Super Draft. Has been a right back since coming to the Timbers organization, but still has a little bit of versatility. And Fatau loses it in the midfield. T2 just hasn't been sharp tonight. Shove from Kenowa Bailey to the back of Andy Toma. Foul on the Galaxy forward. Maybe a tribute to T2's lack of sharpness to playing its fourth match in 8 days. A lot of travel. They bust up to Seattle on Friday, came right back Friday night after the match, returned home around 2 a.m. on Saturday morning. Had a regeneration day yesterday, a late training session to let the guys get a little sleep. They're young, they can handle it, said Jay Vidovich. He told me that the training staff has done a great job making sure everybody is able to handle this as well as they can, but still, for a guy like Andy Toma, who's played 90 minutes in all 3 matches, now has played the entirety of this match. It's a lot of minutes in a short amount of time, no matter your age, no matter how good of shape you're in. Picks out Gianderson. Tries to find Belmont. Coming in to win the header, but being called for a foul was Joe Franco. Rather no foul call, just stoppage of play because Belmar went down after taking a shot to the back. Belmar taking a hard hit from Joe Franco. Flag was up, actually, so it was an offside call on Belmar. Doubly bad for the Timbers striker, being caught offside, taking a pretty rough hit from behind from Franco. It was definitely clean from Joe Franco, it appeared. Won that header cleanly. even if Belmar was not offside. Anderson trying to juggle over Oscar Sordo. Sordo wins it. McBean flies to the turf. No call. T2 wins it. LA's been a strong defensive team this year. 4th in the league in goals against average. Giving up just 18 goals in 18 matches. T2 on the opposite side of that, 20th out of 24, a 1.68 goals against average. Carlton Belmar has been such an important part of the T2 attack this year. 9 goals, 4th in USL, 3 assists. Had a goal and an assist versus Vancouver on Sunday here at Merlot Field. Has quickly become a fan favorite. A guy who will work hard, cause problems for a backline, Carlton Belmar. And hasn't found an opportunity yet tonight. Covarrubias making a big run forward. Now cuts it back. Bowen, shot deflects. Gleason has trouble with it. And that's a corner kick for LA. First corner kick of the second half. Second of the match for Galaxy 2. Andre Aris will take his time to take this corner. In the 58th minute, LA with a 1-0 lead. Curled into the box, Gleason has to punch kind of awkwardly. Went down low to punch that clear. He comes up limping, ball still in play. Anderson tried to play it forward for Belmar. Diallo got in there, and a foul called on Bradley Diallo. Meanwhile, Jake Gleason, the T2 keeper, back in the goal mouth, limping as he came off and saw his leg bent awkwardly underneath him, crashing into his own player. That was a dangerous ball sent in by Andre Aris. Gleason did well just to get it clear. He's still kind of limping around back there. Sordo wide to Travis Bowen, the former Portland Timber under-23 player. This cross is blocked, out for an LA throw. Winchester will try to break, but again, T2 has struggled to break with numbers. LA has done well to attack with not a lot of numbers as Belmar makes Diop have to get rid of it quickly. LA has done well to control the attack without sending too many guys forward. Because of that, every time T2 tries to counter, they don't find themselves with as much space with the numbers that they're maybe used to finding in USL play. When you get Winchester, Belmar, Fatau running at a team 3-on-3, T2 has been pretty deadly, but they haven't had those chances. Every time they break out, it's 3-on-5. LA with defenders back, making it difficult for T2. There's a giveaway from Portland. Bailey in a foot race with Payne. Payne slides in, wins the ball cleanly. Out into touch. It's an LA throw. Tim Payne, New Zealand international, just 21 years old. Formerly of Blackburn Rovers in England. He's played in the Olympics, very experienced player. Played in the 2014 FIFA Club World Cup for Auckland City FC, helped lead them to a surprise third-place finish. Converted his penalty in the third-place game, penalty kick shootout win over Cruz Azul. Auckland City, they refer to themselves as an amateur side. It was quite an upset, quite a run for them. And Payne has had a lot of success in the defensive midfield for T2 this season. Bowen, play on, says the referee. Bailey, Clark steps up, wins it. Clark, another young guy who plays internationally on the youth side for Jamaica. And this, again, is awkwardly handled by the T2 back line. It's going to be a corner kick for LA and a yellow card shown to George Foshive. You'll notice George Foshive wearing the number 5. That's a change. His number 26, now belongs to Lucas Milano, the new designated player for the Portland Timbers. 5 was open. Foshive got that. Not a bad number for a guy who spent a lot of his childhood growing up in France. Idolizing Zinedine Zidane, who of course wore number 5 for Real Madrid. LA Galaxy making a substitution now. Bailey's out, Adrian Vera's in. Vera just signed this week with LA Galaxy 2, member of the LA Galaxy Academy. Corner kick coming for LA Galaxy 2, falls in the box, not cleared yet. Vera gets his first touch of the match, sends it back to Aris. Second time cross in, Gleason has to go up and parry it out for a corner. And Jake Gleason still just doesn't look quite right as he took a hit a few minutes ago on a corner kick, came up limping. He was able to get enough lift on that to send it over. His leg bent awkwardly underneath him, punching the ball away 5 minutes ago. Did well to send that clear. That looked like it was on net. Meanwhile, the referee will have a talk with the new substitute for LA. Adrian Vera has played 5 matches for LA Galaxy 2 this season as a member of the Academy, now full-fledged member of Los Dos after signing on Monday. Another corner coming for Andre Aris. Flicked on and sent out for another corner. Steris got to it, the center back. As LA has looked dangerous on corner kicks, Aris serves in a really good ball. Andre Aris from France, 24-year-old, in his second season with Los Dos. Another ball into the box. This time T2 finally deals with it. Villarreal back to Clement Diop. The offside flag was up. T2 will have a restart in the back. Taylor Pay has some space on the right side. Villarreal closes it down. Winchester. Gets a cross in. Sent clear. And McBean runs it down for LA. Just out of the path of Adrian Vera. 17 goals for the Galaxy under-18 Academy squad this season, Adrian Vera. Led that team in scoring, also 3 assists. has not scored in his previous 5 USL appearances. Gianderson, he's floated over to the right side. Payne sends it into the box. Diop comes off his line to collect. Clément Diop, a former France youth national team member, played for a 3rd division club in France before coming to LA. Has 5 shutouts this season. He's tied for 3rd in the USL. Belmar trying to get to it, but Diop was quick off his line and was able to collect. 6'1", 190 pounds, 21-year-old, still very young for a goalkeeper. Franco has some space. Now McBean has some space. Big numbers for LA, and Manning was able to get in the way of that cross, but a great ball picks out Covarrubias. Now it's Vera looking for his first, and just out of the reach of the sliding Travis Bowen. As LA on the doorstep looking for a second. They caught T2 up the pitch. And attack quickly with numbers. '68th minute, still 1-0 LA. The 15th minute, Jack McBean goal is held up to this point. T2 has really struggled to get any sort of attack going. Travis Bowen draws a foul on Anthony Manning, and another yellow card comes out. 3rd yellow card of the match for a T2 player, shown to Manning in the 68th minute. First yellow card of his T2 career, and a very dangerous set piece coming up for LA. So Jaime Villarreal and Andre Ares over the ball. Ares has shown he can serve in a dangerous corner kick. LA has looked very, very dangerous off corners. Ares the right-footed option, Villarreal the left-footed option. It will be Andre Ares, and he puts it over the bar. Tough to get it up and down from that close. And that was really not very close from Andre Ares. Ball flies into the stands. Blair Gavin sitting there protected by a nice catch. Blair Gavin, Brent Richards both dealing with some minor injuries. Not available on the bench for T2 today. Gavin, normally T2's captain. A guy that LA fans will remember from his time with Chivas USA when he shared a stadium with the LA Galaxy at what is now known as the StubHub Center. Tim Payne finds Taylor Pay. Can T2 find a way to crack this LA back line? It has been difficult tonight. No real dangerous chances to speak of. A couple of crosses in the first half, but they found it very difficult to crack this defense. Steris, again, a strong header for the captain, the center back. Andre Ares. Villarreal running at Taylor Pay. Jaime Villarreal sends it well over the bar. While T2 has struggled in the attack, LA hasn't had too much to show for their attack since the goal either. Have looked a little better in possession, at least in the first half. Second half's been pretty even. LA, the more dangerous side, but not overwhelmingly so. T2 with 20 minutes left to try to find a goal, maybe two. Direct from Clark towards the head of Belmar. Header was won by LA. And T2 is going to get a free kick. High boot called on Adrian Vera at another dangerous spot for T2. Last time they had an opportunity from this distance, Janderson decided to play it into the box, looking for the head of one of his teammates. I suspect we might see a strike on goal now in the 72nd minute as time begins to wind down. Fatal will certainly want it. 5 goals this season. Janderson with his left foot, a dangerous option from here as well. It will be Fatal, and it's driven just wide. Diop flat-footed. Fatal did not miss by much. He can score from distance. Did so against Vancouver out of the run of play a few weeks ago. That may have even come off the post. That was bending away from Diop. Would have had no chance. And that's the best opportunity for T2 tonight. Fatal still holding his hands over his face to say, that was close. Couple substitutions now for T2 in the 73rd minute. Taylor Pay, George Foshive come off. Steven Evans, Nick Beasler come on. Foshive, both those guys, I believe, were in Dallas with the Timbers. Flew back with the first team. Got back this morning. Got off the plane and got ready to play here tonight for T2. Foshive was on the bench, didn't come in as a substitute in the Timbers 4-1 loss to FC Dallas last week. Again, direct route one from T2. Handled by LA. Andy Toma. Now almost at 345 minutes played this week. As Fatal wanted a foul, didn't get it. Toma played 90 minutes against Vancouver on Sunday, 90 against Newcastle on Tuesday, 90 against Seattle on Friday night. Has gone 74 tonight. Would be quite a feat of endurance, if nothing else, if he lasts the full 90 here. And you certainly expect he will. No outside backs on the bench for T2. That was the foul that what Fatal thought was a foul. It was not given. Steven Evans in at right back for Taylor Pay. Saw some time as an outside back on Friday night against Seattle as well. He's been kind of a utility man for T2 this season. Normally an attacking player, an attacking midfielder. Has played in the center midfield for T2, has played up top, has played as a center back. Now playing an outside back. Steven Evans on his college pitch, starred here for the Portland Pilots, was a homegrown player for the Timbers. Never played in MLS, however. Signed with T2 before this season. Janderson's onside. Cuts it back, but nobody's in the box for T2. Jake Gleason appears to be feeling a little better now after taking that knock earlier in the second half. Leg bent backwards awkwardly underneath him, was limping around for a few minutes afterwards. Still, you can tell, kind of uncomfortably jogging it out. Nick Beasler, first-round pick for the Timbers, plays forward to Carlton Belmar. Fatau on the left side, first time cross towards the back post, but unable to connect once again. Nobody on the end of these balls sent into the box. Just maybe a little too early, that ball played in by Fatau. And here comes T2, again direct. Steris won the header, but T2 is going to control. Fatau will try it from distance, and this one well wide of the net. Was feeling it after almost scoring on that free kick minutes ago. Couldn't keep that one on net. Fatau, a member of the Ghana under-23 team, 21 years old. Five goals for T2 this season. One of many young internationals or youth internationals signed to T2. Tim Payne, Renico Clark, Fatau, Rundle Winchester. Speaking of Rundle Winchester, flying into Bradley Diallo, sending Diallo into the boards on the far side. Rundle has scored 2 goals and has 3 assists this season. Missed all of T2's USL matches from June 14th until Friday night against Seattle on international duty with Trinidad and Tobago. First the under-23s, then the full senior national team with the Gold Cup. Good experience for him, even though we didn't get in the Gold Cup. Great, wonderful touch from Gianderson, and then Fatau draws a foul on Steris. Gianderson not afraid to showcase his flair on the pitch. One of the more, if not the most creative player on the field for T2. Will drive this ball into the box. Dealt well with by LA, sent back in. Clark battling for it, finally cleared by Galaxy 2. Big diagonal ball from Tim Payne as the big center backs are still forward. And a foul called on Anthony Manning, or rather on Carlton Belmar, for a push from behind. Jeff Arthur Holtz, the referee today, has shown 4 yellow cards, 3 to T2, 1 to Jaime Villarreal in LA. '80th minute now. The only goal of this match came in the 15th. Jack McBean. Fatau turns. Winchester does well to bring it down, and he's running at the back line. He's got a lot of pace. He's going to try one from distance and just didn't get anything behind it. T2 just hasn't been on tonight, hasn't been sharp with the final ball. Whether it be a cross into the box or Maybe an ill-advised shot from Winchester. He had Belmar making a run. Could have tried to pick him out. Still 10 minutes in stoppage time left. McBean stayed onside. Clark was able to recover. And it does well to cut it back. Composure from the young center back. In a tight spot, Renico Clark. High expectations for him. He's been only playing soccer for 4 years. Was a runner. Competed in track and field and cricket as well growing up in Jamaica. At 15 years old, the soccer coach at his school in his parish suggested that he go out for the team. He did, quickly made it to the Jamaican youth sides, and now is playing for T2 and playing well. Gianderson into the box, falls to Winchester. Out to Beasler, but took too long to get it to him. It was broken up by Aris. Beasler got it back. Now Evans sends a cross into the box. Headed high into the air by Diallo. Winchester won that header. Fatau flicks it back to Toma. Played into space. Toma's got a lot of speed. Leaves it for Fatau. Fatau trying to find Winchester or Belmar. Dealt with by LA. Backline of the Galaxy have just gobbled everything up, sent into the box today. Well offside is Bowen. McBean still running after it. Gleason kind of hobbling out there. He took a knock early in the second half on a corner kick. Leg bent underneath him, still clearly feeling the effects of that. Justin Luthe's the backup keeper on the bench for T2, but for now it appears Gleason will stay in the match. There are 5 substitutions allowed in USL play, so T2 still has 2 more if they wish to use them. McBean back to Vera. Beasler broke it up. Now here's Steven Evans. Right side for Winchester. Gonna run it, Joe Franco. Slide it through for Belmar. Can Belmar get there? Not before Diop, who appears to be very close to being outside of the area. And he has not kept it in. We saw that in the U.S. Jamaica Gold Cup semifinal. If you were watching the Gold Cup, Brad Guzan handled the ball outside of his box. Set up a direct free kick that was slammed home by Giles Barnes, Houston Dynamo star, in what would eventually be a 2-0 win for Jamaica. Whole ball's got to be out, right? That was not well done by Clement Diop. He kept it in play. Great look on replay as well. Again, Diop coming off his line, but T2 testing, prodding at the LA back line, trying to break through for an equalizer. On the other end, LA continues to find one to maybe put the match away. That one did not stay in play, and it's a throw-in for T2. Payne floats it to Fatau, who brings it down, cuts inside, and then gives it away. Vera gets through some traffic, but Evans came back to win it for T2. Payne to Beasler. Right side, Steven Evans. Manning sends it forward, a hopeful ball. Gianderson got his head to it, but it's going to be out for an LA throw. Still deep in their defensive half. T2 can try to lock in with some pressure. It's another LA throw. Toma wanted a foul, didn't get it. Soto takes this one quickly. Toma does well to win the header. Fatau brings it down, goes down. That's certainly going to be a card on Daniel Steris, and a free kick coming in a very dangerous spot. Yellow card shown to the LA captain in the 86th minute. No question about that. A tactical foul as Fatau was ready to line up a strike with his left foot. We saw Fatau send a free kick just wide earlier in this half. A fabulous opportunity here for T2. Again, it's Fatau and Gianderson over the ball. Into the 87th minute, final moments of this match. It will be Fatau, and it's off the wall and out for a corner. He was going for the near post, but couldn't quite get it over the wall. Big men forward for T2. Rundell Winchester getting into it with an LA player in the box. Jeff Arthur Holtz, the referee, has to bring him over and calm him down. Time running down for T2, looking for an equalizer. Now the corner kick from Fatau. Driven to the back post, falls to the back post. Evans sends it back into a dangerous area, but nobody there for Portland, and it's out for an LA goal kick. LA Galaxy 2 trying to hold on. If they do, they'll move into a tie for first place in the Western Conference with Seattle Sounders 2 on 36 points. For T2, any points, every point important for them as they fight to make it into the playoffs. With just 8 matches left after tonight. Find themselves heading into tonight in 9th place. 4 points behind the red line. Sordo composed, sends it forward. Vera brings it down. It's off Vera, throwing for T2. Anthony Manning, Renico Clark. T2's got to get forward. Toma. Belmar was well offside, and flag stays down because Belmar was not involved in the play. Now he's going to run after Clemon Diop, who's going to pick up the ball. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today, and you can also follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Andy Toma draws a foul as we head towards the 90th minute. So heads up, Esther. Tim Payne, T2 searching for an equalizer now into the 90th minute. As time runs down here at Merlo Field. Clark coming forward, the center back. He's thinking about having one from distance. Still Renico Clark, and his shot was blocked. Clark may be a little surprised to have so much space and time as he made the run forward. Clark's gonna stay forward. Why not? T2 needs a goal. Some nifty juggling. Now it's Winchester in the box. And a foul called outside of the area. T2 feels like it should have been in the box, I think. But another free kick for T2 in a dangerous spot in the final moments of this match. Diallo struck out, kicked out at Winchester outside of the box, but it looked like Winchester didn't feel any contact from that. And then the grabbing happened inside the area. But Jeff Arthur Holtz, the referee, says it's outside of the box. So another free kick opportunity for T2. You think this one will be Gianderson with the left foot. It's Fatau, again off the wall, again out for a corner. 4 minutes of stoppage time shown by the fourth official. 4 minutes for T2 to find an equalizer. Gianderson takes the corner kick, floats it into the box. Winchester runs it down, keeps it from going out for a throw. Gets around Diallo, and Diallo called for a foul. T2 has looked lively, looked dangerous, has caused LA problems, but it's come late. Not really till the final 20 minutes of this match. Still time, however. Fatau will serve it up. Bodies in the box for T2. Everybody back defending for LA. Fatau sends it into the area. Headed clear by LA. Villarreal kept it from going out for a corner. It's a throw-in for T2. Evans has a long throw. He sends it into the box. Falls into the area. Beazer chests it down. Popped high into the box by LA and then just sent clear to midfield. Toma plays it back in. McBean, a defensive header from the forward towards Vera. Evans controls. Forward towards Winchester. Jack McBean is back defending, and Rundle Winchester is called for a foul, and this will let LA milk some time off the clock. Halfway through the 4 minutes of indicated stoppage time. Diop sends it as far as he can towards midfield. T2 wins it. A minute and a half, maybe a little bit more to go. Easily cleared by LA. Bowen might be able to run this down. He is not able to. T2 throw. They're going to have to get going in a hurry.
He's ready to go. He's ready to blow it. He's ready to blow it.
Gianderson. Final minute of stoppage time. Sent towards the box. McBean won that header. It's going to fall to Fatau. Fatau sends it back into the area. Again, header won by LA, but Evans brings it down in the box. Back to Gianderson. Putting it onto his left foot, sends it into the box, and it's headed clear by LA. Toma wins it, keeps it for T2. Fatau fakes the cross. Still Fatau, cuts into the box. And that's great defending from Oscar Sordo, who won the ball. Fatau went flying, but no doubt that Sordo won that cleanly. And now maybe one more push forward for T2. The final moments of this match. Gianderson chips to the box. Clark brings it down, out wide to Fatau. One more chance to cross to the back post. It's caught by Diop. Tim Payne wanted a foul, none given. And the 4 minutes of indicated stoppage time are up. Jeff Arthur Holtz checks his watch and blows the final whistle. T2 made it interesting at the end, put pressure on LA's back line, but were unable to break through. And LA Galaxy 2 moved to the top of the Western Conference with a 1-0 win over T2. T2 still in it as they will fight the final 8 matches to make it into the Western Conference playoffs. Carlton Belmar worked hard for the 4th straight match. This was the 4th match for T2 in 8 days. A lot to ask of these young players, and they certainly still had energy at the end of their 4th match in 8 days tonight. Prodding at the LA Galaxy back line, but they just couldn't find the goal. Full match highlights. It started in the 15th minute for LA. There were really only 2 major moments in this match. Not a lot of great looks on goal. LA got theirs when it was still pouring down rain in the 15th minute as Jaime Villarreal picked out Jack McBean in the box and he slotted under Jake Gleason to make it 1-0 LA. That was the score at halftime. And then this, the best look of the night for T2, just wide from Fatau. Clement Diop had no chance as that ball was tailing away. Fatau, when he struck the ball, I think thought he had leveled the match. But he was unable to, and ultimately in the end, T2 was unable to. And it's a 1-0 LA Galaxy 2 win. Well, you can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content, and then visit the new USLsoccer.com to get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub. Next home match for Portland Timbers 2 will be on Saturday, August 8th. A chance to check out this entertaining squad in person once again. T2 will host Oklahoma City Energy at 7 o'clock here at Merlo Field. For tickets, go to timbers2.com. T2 continues its push towards what it hopes will be a Western Conference playoff berth. As it stands now, 4 points below the red line, but still 8 matches to play. 5 of those will be here at Merlo Field. For everybody here at Merlo Field involved in our production, I'm Jake Sivan. Thank you so much for watching. Final score, LA Galaxy 2-1, Portland Timbers 2-0. Have a great night.